How to make hard-boiled eggs. First, you want to use eggs that are 5 to 7 days old. So it's best if you can purchase them at least a week in advance at the grocery store and let them sit. Older eggs are easier to peel than fresh eggs. You're going to take your eggs, place them in your pan, 1 layer deep. Then you're going to fill your pan until the water is 1 inch above your eggs. To measure, it's 1 inch from the tip of your finger to your first knuckle. And to see if you have enough, just stick your finger in, and if it comes up to your knuckle, then you know you have enough water. You want to make sure that the water that you put in your pan is cold water. Adding about a teaspoon of salt helps keep the eggs from cracking and helps them to peel easier. Then you're going to turn on your heat to medium-high, bring your eggs to a boil, and then cook for 10 to 11 minutes. If you are at high altitude, you'll want to add an additional 2 to 3 minutes boiling time to your eggs. This recipe is on page 50 in our Dining on a Dime Cookbook Volume 2. You can find it at livingonadime.com. The link is in the description below. When you're done boiling, you're going to take them off the heat, drain off the boiling water, and put in cool water. And if you'd like, you can add a few ice cubes to help cool the water down quicker. You want to completely cool the eggs before peeling. Then you're going to empty out your water. Used to identify hard-boiled eggs in the fridge is we just take a Sharpie and just put a mark on them, and then we know those are hard-boiled. And there you have perfectly hard-boiled eggs. Perfect fried egg. Now you want to heat your pan up and put your butter in. All right, when your butter is all melted and it's slightly sizzling, then we're going to take and put our egg right there and let the sides start setting up. I'm on medium-high heat. You may have to adjust your heat for the kind of pan that you have because different pans cook quicker or slower. This video is brought to you by our Dining on a Dime cookbook. We have quick and easy recipes your family will love to help you get in and out of the kitchen fast. Please visit us at livingonadime.com. It's 25% off now. Okay, now when that's set up, I saw this little trick. Add just a little bit of water with a lid, and it will steam the top of your egg, and you don't even have to flip. I've been flipping. I didn't know didn't have to be flipping. But I'm just going to watch until this white portion here is set up. All right, my water has basically evaporated. So it's all that's left is the fat. I'm going to let it cook just a minute more. It's not quite set up. I like it just a little bit more. Then what I do is just pour all the butter and everything, all the butter. So it butters my bread, and there's my perfect fried egg. All right, a little bit of salt and pepper. Then we have our perfect fried egg. Okay, now I just made my bacon for breakfast, which is why I didn't make as many eggs, and I left just the little bits in there because it tastes so good. Now, if you don't have bacon, you can just use butter is fine. I'm going to turn my heat on medium-high heat and let my pan warm up. All right, my pan is heating up. So I'm just going to whisk my eggs a little bit here. Then I'm going to pour this into my pan. I'm going to let them cook for just a minute. You can see they're starting to set up. And what you want to do is just pull them in from the center and let that little bit cook. All right, we're going to pull them in from the center some more, and then we're just going to start moving them around. The Bacon grease really adds a lot of flavor to your scrambled eggs, but if you don't have it, you can just use regular butter. All right, and I'm just going to go around. All right, there you have perfect scrambled eggs. Oh, yum. Okay, I'm going to bring my water to a boil. Turn my heat down to medium high, and then I'm going to swirl it. And this is the best way that I have found to poach an egg. When you just get it going, swirling, and then you drop your egg right in the middle, and it keeps that swirling going. And then you start your timer for 3 minutes, and you let it just simmer for 3 minutes. And I don't have a slotted spoon, so I'm just going to use a regular spoon. This recipe is in our Dining on a Dime Cookbook, Volume 1. On page 72, right there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just take my spoon and gently lift my egg out of my water here. Maybe. Ooh, it's trying to jump away from me. Okay. Then I'm just going to drain it off, get it all nice and dry. Then I have my butter toast right here and my perfectly poached egg. Right, I'm adding a little bit of salt. To make easy deviled eggs, put your egg yolks in a plastic bag. Then in your plastic bag, you're going to add your mustard, your salt, and your mayonnaise. And if you want to add an extra bit of flavor, put a little bit of bacon grease in with your deviled eggs. Close the bag and smash your egg yolks in with your mayonnaise, mustard, and bacon grease. Then snip a tiny hole off your bag and smush all that yummy goodness down into the corner of your bag and start filling. Today we are making egg salad. This recipe is super easy. Roughly cut up your eggs in your bowl. Then you're going to smash your eggs in your bowl. Add your mayonnaise and your mustard and seasoned salt or just regular salt, whichever you would like. Smash that all together until well combined. And there you have delicious egg salad. This recipe is in our Dining on a Dime Cookbook, Volume 1 on page 144. To make your hard-boiled eggs in an Instant Pot, place your eggs 1 layer deep. Fill with 1 cup of water. Then you're going to turn your Instant Pot on high pressure for 5 minutes. Let it cook for 5 minutes. Let it cool down for 5 minutes and then release the pressure. After 5 minutes, you're going to release the steam. I put a towel over the vent so that I don't blow food-laden steam all over my ceiling and cabinets. Then you want to take your eggs, let the eggs completely cool in the ice water before peeling. All right, then after your eggs have cooled, get them all over. You can drain the water out if you want. I leave the water in and rinse my eggs. Look how easy those peel in the Instant Pot. I do like the Instant Pot for eggs. Used to identify hard-boiled eggs in the fridge is we just take a Sharpie and just put a mark on them, and then we know those are hard-boiled.